Hi, my love. Oh my goodness, she knows her mommy's trying to film, so she comes out. I love you, sweet darling. I love you. Say hi to the vlog. Say hi to the vloggy. Okay, camera shy girl. Okay, hi and hello everybody. Welcome to another weekly vlog. It is currently Tuesday. Last vlog I was talking about how I've really been in a rut of starting the vlogs on Wednesdays, so we're making progress. We're one day earlier this week, so yay. I've been having a really busy July so far. I've had a lot of videos that I'm working on, little projects that I'm working on, but I'm really excited to be starting this week's vlog because we are going to be, I think I'm gonna decorate or start decorating my kobo tonight, which is something I've really been looking forward to. Y'all have been seeing me receiving the stickers over the past couple of vlogs, so I think that we're gonna do that tonight after I get some stuff finished up here. I also have my aardvark box in, which I'm so excited, so we're also gonna unbox that tonight. So there are fun things. And then this week I'm kind of just busy. I'm busy getting ahead on things, or trying to get ahead on things, because we are going camping at the end of the week, which is gonna be its own separate vlog. So I want to have this weekly vlog finished by the time we leave. So yeah, it is a bit of a hectic week ahead of us here. Okay, baby. She's doing the thing where she's down on her shoulder and she's got her bum up. Sure. Yeah. Okay, mama sees you. I will say I've been in a bit of a reading slump just because I've been so busy working on other things over the past probably like week. I've just been reading really slowly. Not even really slowly, I just haven't been spending a lot of time reading. I have not been doing my morning routine where I'm out on the deck. I haven't done that in at least a week, which kind of sucks. I need to get back to that. It's also been super hot out, so I guess it's just less enticing to be outside. But yeah, so I'm hoping to, you know, get on top of things and then get back into a place where I'm spending time doing reading and my hobbies like that. I am hoping to finish a book, at least one book, this week. I'm currently over halfway through Tender is the Flesh, so that's probably going to be the one that I finish. I'm also listening to an audiobook right now that I will probably finish. So yeah, I guess we'll just kind of see how the week goes. As always, I'm excited to take you all along with me, but first I would like to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. If you haven't heard of Skillshare before, they're a platform that offers classes for hobbyists, creative professionals, and everyone in between. If there's something that you want to learn, they probably have a class for it on Skillshare. I've used Skillshare a lot to help me with the techie side of content creation because I get really overwhelmed with learning new programs, so it's been super helpful for that. I have taken classes on Final Cut Pro, Canva, even Google Calendar, just to kind of learn how to utilize the programs that I already use better. There are so many classes that interest me on there, and Skillshare is really great at making recommendations, so my list of classes that I want to take has gotten very long. Most recently I took a really fun class on plant photography taught by Tabitha Park. Even though I'm always taking videos of my plants, I really don't photograph them very often, so now I'm re-inspired to do that, and it's kind of a throwback to when I first got into the planty hobby, because that was all you would see on Instagram was photos. Videos weren't really a thing yet, and I really want to re-embrace the planty photo. It was a really simple yet helpful class, and I say simple in the sense that any skill level would be able to apply what was taught. She talked about different types of photos to take and tips within that, but then there was also an editing portion, which I found really interesting. So I highly recommend that if any of y'all are interested in taking photos of your plants, especially for Instagram. It was a really engaging and entertaining class, and that's something that I love about Skillshare, is that you are learning directly from real talented and successful creatives. These people are top of their field and really have so much knowledge to share with us there. Something else that's really cool about Skillshare is that the classes will have a class project that you're encouraged to complete. And I feel like that's the best way to learn, is really putting something in action. It really solidifies everything that you're learning in the class, and you can get feedback and also see other people's projects, which is really fun. Like I said, Skillshare offers classes in so many different categories like art, illustration, design, and photography. There really is something for everyone. If you are interested in checking out Skillshare for yourself, I highly recommend that you do, and the first 500 people who click the link down below in the description box, we'll get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Thank you so much again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Okay, y'all, we are doing an outdoor aardvark unboxing, mostly because I just really need some time outside. Like I said, I have not been sitting out on the deck, or really, I mean, we've been going for our daily walks, but I haven't been just relaxing outside. And I feel like every time I do come out into the yard, it's kind of a chore. I'm either watering or trying to finish up the irrigation, something like that. So it's nice to just come and sit out here. I was going to sit on the deck, but it's a little bit windy and the curtains were moving around. And then I looked down at the yard and I was like, well, why don't I go sit at the back where it's nice and shaded right now? So here we are, kind of a nice change of scenery, if I do say. And yeah, we have some books to unbox. I am so excited. Oh, I also have really exciting news also regarding Aardvark. I'm now an affiliate with them, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to have any type of working relationship with brands that I am like a genuine user and genuine fan of already. So yeah, I'm so thankful for that and super excited to share that with y'all. I've already posted about it on my Instagram. So this box was actually gifted to me and I do now have a discount code with them. So you can use code, I think it's just Fern, you can get your first box for like $4 or something crazy like that with free shipping. I'll leave more info about it in the description, but yeah, super excited about that. Okay, I'm gonna clip you on. Hopefully the sound will still be okay. It's not too noisy out, so I don't think we'll have many issues. But here is this month's box. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this one that's on the top. Okay, I think I am just going to hold the mic because I'm worried that with the breeze, it's not going to be good audio. So this is actually a really anticipated horror book for me, and I was so excited to see that Aardvark is offering it. I saw a little teaser that for next month's box for August, they're also going to be offering a highly anticipated horror or weird literary book of mine as well. Anyways, it's always just fun when they have picks that I'm already looking forward to. So this one is called House of Beth, and to be honest with you, I don't know too much about the specifics of the plot in this, but I do know that it's kind of a Rebecca retelling or inspired by Rebecca, and I read Rebecca this year, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I absolutely loved it, so of course I'm very enticed by anything else in that realm. Okay, I guess we will read the synopsis for the first time together. It says, after a heart-wrenching breakup with her girlfriend and a shocking incident at her job, Cassie flees her life as an overworked assistant in New York for her hometown in New Jersey along the Delaware River. There, she reconnects with her high school best friend, Eli, now a widowed father of 2. Their bond reignites, and within a few short months, Cassie is married to Eli, living in his house in the woods, homeschooling the kids, and getting to know their reserved neighbor, Joan. But Cassie's fresh start is less idyllic than she'd hoped. She grapples with harm. Oh yeah, this has OCD rep. She grapples with harm OCD, her mind conjuring gory graphic images. And she's afraid that she'll never measure up to Eli's late spouse, who was a committed homemaker and traditional wife. No matter what Cassie does, Beth's shadow still permeates every corner of their home. Soon Cassie starts hearing a voice narrating the house's secrets. As she listens, the voice grows stronger, guiding Cassie down a path to uncover the truth about Beth's untimely death. Haunting and seductive, Carrie Cullen's debut novel exposes every version of a person, both real and imagined. Dun dun dun. So yeah, definitely has some Rebecca vibes going on. Okay, my next pick is Salt Bones, and to be honest with you, I don't know too much about this one, but it is a horror pick, and it also has some like mythology inspirations or retelling or something. It says 3 women in one twisted family race for answers in this gripping retelling of Persephone and Demeter set in the Mexicali borderlands. Honestly, I feel like this book is a little bit intimidating. I remember being a little confused when I read the synopsis, but this looks pretty concise, so let's give it a go. Ooh, beautifully explores the dark complexities of mother-daughter relationships. Okay. It says Malamar Veracruz has never left the dust-choked town of Ilval. Here, Mal has done her best to build a good life. She's raised 2 children, worked hard, and tried to forget the painful, unexplained disappearance of her sister, Lena. But when another local girl goes missing, Mal plunges into a fresh yet familiar nightmare. As a desperate Mal hunts for answers, her search becomes increasingly tangled with inscrutable visions of a horse-headed woman, a legend locals call La Siguanaba. Oh my gosh, forgive my pronunciation, that's probably so bad. Whom Mal feels compelled to follow. Mal's perspective is joined by the voices of her 2 daughters, and the 3 of them must work to uncover the truth about the missing girls in their community before it's too late. Combining elements of Latina and indigenous culture, family drama, mystery, horror, and magical realism in a spellbinding mix, Salt Bones explores the long shadows cast by environmental catastrophe, family secrets, and the unrelenting bond between mothers and daughters. So it sounds like there's a lot going on, but it sounds like it has a lot of potential. A lot of good things going on, honestly. I do remember reading that this has a lot of water ambiance and descriptions, because this takes place next to the sea, which makes sense with the title. Basically, I have no idea what to expect with this, but I'm intrigued, and let me know if this is also on your radar or if you've read it already. Okay, and then the next one that I got isn't a new release. I'm not sure when this came out, actually. Let's see. 2024, last year. But I was just kind of looking at Aardvark's backlog, and this one caught my eye because I've seen other people talk about it and enjoy it. And when I read the synopsis, I was very intrigued. It sounds kind of different from a lot of books that I have on my shelf, so it could be fun. It is Perfume and Pain by Anna Dorn. First of all, this cover, the colors, the design, I'm obsessed. It is absolutely gorgeous. Will she find success in her career? Will she ever find true love? Or will she only know perfume and pain? Mid-list and freshly cancelled, novelist Astrid Dahl finds herself back in Sapphic Scribes, the Zoom writers group she co-founded before she was published. Also, side note, Astrid is one of my favorite names ever. I'm obsessed with that name. If I was having children and I had a daughter, I would be highly considering it. It's just such a cool name. A fate worse than death, it feels almost like nothing will get her writing again, not even her love of perfume, but she temporarily forgets all of that by throwing herself into a few sexy distractions. First, there's Ivy, a PhD student researching 1950s lesbian pulp fiction, and then there's Penelope, a nosy neighbor living off Urban Outfitters settlement money. When actress and influencer Kat Gold wants to adapt Astrid's previous novel for TV, Astrid finally has a chance to resurrect her waning career, but the pressure causes her worst vice to rear its head. The Patricia Highsmith, a blend of amphetamines, alcohol, and cigarettes that causes blackouts and a disturbing series of events. Astrid Dahl's bad behavior just got worse. Okay. Sounds like a quirky contemporary fiction, and something about it just pulled me in. I think also the fact that she is a perfume hobbyist, because I'm very intrigued by perfumes right now and that whole world. But yeah, really excited actually. Oh, I'm bending something. Oh my gosh, I just bent the inside flap. It's annoying. Anyways, yeah, sounds like it could be a fun time. We have our Aardvark bookmark of the month. Cute. And I like that they give you one for each book. All of their branding is just so adorable. Anyways, love Aardvark so much. I always get so excited for my Aardvark box to arrive. Look at these beauties. Okay, I'm gonna take a thumbnail. Awkward, because my neighbor's outside. Honestly, I might take a few photos of these books while I'm out here. Although our grass is essentially just weeds right now and kind of scorched. Anyways, I will see y'all back inside, and hopefully we will start working on my kobo case decorating. Okay, y'all, I'm using kind of a crazy setup right now, and sorry if the floor's dirty, but I can't find my regular not tripod, but little clippy phone holder thingy. So I'm using the mount that I usually use to put my kobo in when I'm reading in bed sometimes. It also fits my phone, so this is grand. So these are the stickers that I have gathered so far, well, some of them at least. This is a new one that I got that I haven't shown y'all yet. I thought that it would suit the kind of throwback vibes. This little grab-a-ghost thing, it's so cutie. So I've also gone ahead and printed out a background that I need to cut out to fit inside my clear case. I actually have to make sure that this is the correct clear case and not the one for my other kobo, my older one. Okay, I've just popped it out of its sleep case. She is naked now. It's weird, it feels so light and small out of that case. So let's see if it fits. I guess I'm gonna have to take this out as well. Let's see if it fits. Wait. Okay, yeah, the power button is on that side. Oh, this is wrong. This is the case for my old kobo. It's so annoying how they do this. They'll switch like slightly where the plugs are so that you can't use the same case. Like, okay. Okay, so here is the case. I just went ahead and gave this a wash and dried it off because it was a little bit dusty and crusty from sitting in my drawer. This is from the Kobo brand. However, you can buy the like knockoff versions of these now. It used to be impossible to find a clear Kobo case, and then slowly people started making them, and now Kobo themselves sell one. But yeah. So I need to cut out my background to fit this and also cut a hole for the button. I did see on Etsy that there's people who make inserts that are just they come, so they're just gonna fit nicely in the back of here. And I did find one that was like this, like a spider web one, and I was very tempted to buy it. But then I was like, no, I'm just gonna save money, print mine at home. So that's exactly what I did because I've already spent too much on all of my stickers that I'm collecting here for this. So I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. Should I like trace on the back or something? Yeah, maybe that'll be the best way. We're just gonna give this a go. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? We are just going to do our best here. This is just for fun. Also, sorry if it's dark. I am in front of the patio window, but I really don't have anywhere better to film right now because my desk is too cluttered. Who's surprised? Nobody. And I need somewhere to clip my little mount. And you're clipped onto the little metal table that holds my TBR for the month. So I guess I'm gonna cut just like slightly inside of this line so that it's not gonna be too big. Okay, I can work with that, I think. I'm definitely most scared of just cutting out that hole right there. And I just made the background on Canva. I did also see on Etsy that you can buy templates to that are like for the Kobo size or whatever, but I figured I would just do it this way. Oh my gosh, why is cutting things out stressful sometimes? I feel like I'm doing a good job, you guys, but we'll find out. We will find out. Oh yeah, I'm also waiting on 3 more stickers to arrive, so I'll probably be swapping some of these out. And I feel like some of the ones that I'm waiting for are really like the ones that I wanted to solidify this vibe. So yeah, I'll let you know when they arrive. I'm actually a little worried about 2 of them because they have been in transit for 3 weeks at this point, coming from the US, so I hope that they're not lost. Okay, that looks like it could be a little wonk, but let me try to fix it a little. It looks a little bit better. Okay, this, I feel like I need a smaller pair of scissors. I'm scared. Oh shoot, okay, I cannot find a smaller pair of scissors. These are just as big. I thought maybe they had a bit of a pointier thing, but I actually don't think that they do. I think these are the smallest scissors I have. Oh man. Oh man, I'm scared. Okay, I'm just gonna do the method of poking in. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared, you guys. I'm gonna ruin this. Oh shoot, I hate this. Okay, okay. Crafting with Fern. Stressful times. Okay, oh dear. I think we just have to accept that it might be janky around the button. I fear I don't have the right tools to make this nice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm scared. I need like a giant hole punch or something. That does not look cute, but it is what it is. This insert was also not $10, so there's that. Okay, let's try it. Get this out of here. Oh my gosh, oh shoot. This is too long. It's too... actually looks like I have to take some off the top because there's this excess there. Oh, it's gonna be cool though. Okay, let's take some off the top. Just a little off the top, please. Okay. I feel like once the stickers are on here, it will be distracting enough that you won't even notice the jankiness of the background. You know? At least that's what I'm telling myself. Oh, it's a little bit too wide now. Okay, some needs to come off this side. Oh my gosh, does it fit? Okay, it's actually not bad, you guys. It's not bad. Wow, that's so exciting. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. So now I need to go grab some tape and then we will get started with arranging our stickers. Okay, so this is just a cute little pumpkin sticker that I had kicking around that I figured I would use for now because, like I said, I'm still waiting on a couple of stickers for this like nostalgic horror kind of theme. Anyways, so I will say that I think these ones all are kind of a similar vibe, and then these ones are kind of the outliers. Like, the art style is different and the colors are very different on this one, and that kind of bothered me even though I do have other stickers coming that I think are going to pull this together even more. But sometimes I feel like we have to prioritize fun over aesthetics, so I don't even care if this isn't like a perfectly aesthetic matchy kind of thing. I do have a different sticker set that I'll be using later on, as y'all saw in the last vlog, that is that like aesthetic matchy vibe, but this one is just like a fun summerween kind of vibe, and I think we just need to roll with that. So I did also trim some of the white because there was a pretty thick white border around this one, and this one I trimmed down too. But let's just kind of roughly, I like this Midnight Society one because it glows too, which is kind of cool. It's really curling up though. I'm gonna have to use a couple pieces of tape for that one. Yeah, I think that's cute. And like I said, I'm gonna be rearranging these when my other stickers arrive, so it's not that permanent. I've got my tape here. Okay, I just turned the light off because I realized that my shadow was casting onto this, so hopefully you'll be able to see better now. Okay, I just thought that this little Horror Road one could be cute on here as well, so I think I'm gonna throw this one on too. Okay, I'm actually loving this even more than I thought I would, so that is exciting. Oh my gosh, cute! You guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put her in. Let's get the full effect. I will say I hate that I chose the white kobo. Regrets. Regrets. Oh my gosh, there's a hair in it now. I think because when I first started, I've had kobos for so many years. This is my third kobo, which I technically didn't need to upgrade to this one. This was definitely a want, not a need. But my first kobo eventually died. I had it for I think 10 years, and it just it was still usable, but it was just pretty laggy. And once I started really getting back into reading, it was just time to upgrade, and we ended up giving that older one to my boyfriend's mom. Anyways, that, like, back in those days, like my first couple of kobos, I think that they only came in black, so there was no option, so it felt very novel when I could choose a white one. So I chose it, but it just doesn't feel like me, and I feel like this always happens to me whenever I choose white instead of black. I always end up regretting it, so lesson learned. And even more annoyingly is that the stylus only came in black when I bought this. Anyways, love kobo so much, but I wish this was the black one, but that's okay. Okay, so this is what we're working with. Looks stunning, looks amazing, absolutely love it, except for this is a little janky. Maybe I should go in and try to trim some more of that off. I could make it worse, but I could make it better. So I will probably try to give it a little trim. Let's see. So let's try to take this side in a little bit more without messing it up, hopefully. Okay, I think I'm just gonna say that is pretty good. Honestly, better than I thought I would do with cutting this out. It's not perfect, but like, who's looking that closely there? Am I right? So this is the finished, oh wait, no. This is the finished product. Look how cute with the little bat charm. It's mostly gonna be facing the other way, but I'm super happy with this, you guys. I think it turned out adorable. Let me know what you think, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked, and I've been wanting to decorate this for so long. It's kind of sad that it's just the back, because I'm mostly gonna be looking at it this way. I feel like adding in that Horror Road sticker was just perfect to fill in that spot and kind of bring the vibes together.
Good catch.
I could hear it right beside my ear. I was like, what is that? Literally right beside the trail. That is so crazy. I've never seen anything like that. Oh my gosh. I hope that mom's coming back.
Yeah, well, as long as we can go
Yeah,
away.
let's leave him alone. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're recording. I was talking to nobody for a second there. We got home from our WALK and ended up just grabbing some burritos on the way home. We've had takeout 3 times this week, I think, and it's Wednesday, so not a great week cooking wise, but it's just been really busy. So that was just the easiest thing to do tonight. I still have a whole video that I need to edit tonight. I want to have it completely finished so that I can upload tomorrow, and then tomorrow morning I have to film a Patreon video, and I want to plan that out tonight as well. So yeah, I'm gonna have a busy evening here. It is 6:11, so it's still kind of early, I guess. Also, don't hate me, but I did receive another book package. I know, I've already done a book unboxing in this video, but my Nightworms package is here and I'm so excited to open it. I don't like when I have multiple unboxings in a vlog, and ironically, the video that I'm posting on one of the videos I'm putting up on my main channel this week has a lot of unboxings as well. So I'm just like feeling like I'm giving myself the ick with doing so many unboxings. Because I like a good unboxing, okay? I do, but I don't want all my content to just be about like getting new stuff and unboxing things. I want it to be mostly like creating things, doing things, kind of vibes, or just like chilling. I don't want it to just constantly be new stuff. But what's a girl to do when both of my book boxes show up within a few days of each other? I don't know what to tell you. So I am probably going to open that up tonight at some point. I think I'm going to do some editing, and then I'll take a break, open that with y'all, and then come back to my editing. I'm actually probably just going to do 60 minutes on my little cube. I like to use this when I'm editing sometimes, and I'll do an hour, and then I will take a short break, and then do another hour. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. See you in a minute, or see you in 60 minutes. Okay, y'all, the time is nigh. I was keeping my eye on the countdown because I'm so excited to open this. I actually got a lot edited in that hour. I'm almost entirely done with the rough edit for the video that I'm working on. Then I just need to go through it one more time and add in like text overlay and photos and stuff like that. So honestly, I don't think it'll be too late of a night, which is nice. And it'll feel so good to just have that done and ready to go for tomorrow. All right, so my first ever Nightworms package. I'm so excited. If you missed me talking about it in one of the last vlogs, this is a horror book box subscription. It's different from the other book boxes that I'm subscribed to because you don't actually choose, like there's not a selection that you choose from. They choose for you. So I believe there's 2 books in here, and it's always a certain theme every month, and then they usually include just a couple of other small goodies that kind of suit the theme. Yeah, I've not really looked at the spoilers for this yet. I think I did look at what books it was like a couple of weeks ago, but I've already forgotten, and I don't think they were anything that I really had on my radar. which is one of the main reasons that I've been wanting to check this subscription out, just to try out new horror authors and new horror books that I haven't heard of or that I wouldn't pick up otherwise. And this is a woman-owned small business, which is really cool, and just the fact that it's this like horror, that's just a niche that I'm interested in. So yeah, I'm super excited. Let's open this up. I should have grabbed scissors. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning, you guys. Also, I am almost finished Tender is the Flesh, and you guys, my jaw was on the floor the other night. Okay, I'm scared to cut into this. My jaw was on the floor the other night reading that book. I was so shook. I have no idea how this is going to end. I think I have like 43 minutes left or something of reading. But, oh my gosh, I honestly feel like it is the most disturbing book I've ever read. Just in subject matter. Okay. I'm scared to cut into this. Y'all know I have a curse of cutting into books by accident. So let's just, there we go. Okay. Let's open this up. So I'm assuming there's going to be a little card. So the theme for July 2025 is sharp edges. That's what this little card looks like. So okay, let's just pull things out. Let's do the books first. We have a hardcover and a paperback in here. Ooh, I really like this cover. So this is Smile for the Cameras by Miranda Smith. And yeah, it has a really nice cover. It's so shiny. Oh my goodness. This is like the shiniest hardcover that I own. Oh, it's a thriller. Okay, so maybe they do thrillers as well. It says an actress desperate to reclaim her fame must survive the real-life plot. Oh, it does actually sound maybe horror/thriller. It says an actress desperate to reclaim her fame must survive the real-life plot of the horror movie that made her famous in this psychologically twisted locked room thriller. 20 years ago, Ella Winters was the it girl. That's funny because I just finished reading a thriller where the person's last name was Winters as well. Anyways, 20 years ago, Ella Winters was the it girl. She made a name for herself in Hollywood and throughout America as the sole survivor in the cult classic slasher Grad Night. But the real horror is what... I've heard someone talking about this recently. But the real horror is what happened when the cameras weren't rolling, something terrible that Ella and her co-stars agreed to never speak of again. Shortly after the movie's premiere, Ella disappeared from the acting scene under the pretense of caring for her ailing mother, hoping to ease her guilty mind with a quiet life out of the spotlight. Since her mother's passing, Ella has decided to return to the silver screen, and with the cast and crew of Grad Night in the process of filming a reunion documentary, Ella has an express ticket back into Hollywood's good graces. Weighed down by the secret she's been keeping all these years, Ella apprehensively makes the trip to the original set, a cabin in rural Tennessee, to reunite with her castmates for the first time in more than a decade. But when the actors begin to meet the same gruesome fates as the characters they originally played, falling victim to someone dressed as the Grad Night villain, it's clear their secret is out. Now the question is, can the final girl survive one last nightmare? I've heard someone talking about this recently, but I don't remember who it was. But some video that I've been watching within like the past week, they were reading this or hauling it or something. Anyways, I'm intrigued. I'll definitely be excited to give this a read. So yeah, cool. I'm not mad about it, and I really do like the cover. So the paperback is Beauty in the Blood by Charlotte Carter. I have never seen or heard of this before, I don't think. It says, Sarah Toomey is a successful young black lawyer, lovely but straight-laced, and afraid that she is losing her mind. Since the death of her mother, a force she can neither understand nor control is manipulating her memory and driving her to unexplained acts of violence. At the same time, Sarah is swept up in a highly charged relationship with a work colleague that pretends a danger of its own. As she moves through her privileged life, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm fighting for my life reading these out right now. There's going to be a lot of jump cuts. I feel like at the end of the day, I can't speak. I don't know if anyone else is the same. As she moves As she moves through her privileged life in New York, Sarah comes to learn how her past, her haunted history, is intertwined with America's. Yvonne Howard was born into the working class. Now, after years as a prison guard, she has reinvented herself. Her passion for cooking has landed her a position at a trendy soul food restaurant. The future looks bright until an ex-inmate named Biddy appears, demanding Yvonne's help investigating her brother's shocking death. Pulled back into a world of ugly violence, Yvonne finds herself in the unlikely role of a detective. She must unravel the dark and blood-soaked history that not only doomed Biddy and her brother, but also determined beautiful Sarah Toomey's fate. Yeah, I'm definitely interested to give this one a go. The blurbs sound very enticing on it as well. Not an author that I've heard of, and I honestly don't think that I would pick this up if I just saw this in the bookstore, so that is perfect. Honestly, I don't think I would have picked either of these. Maybe this one, honestly, because I could see this being a cover that would entice me at the bookstore, but I've never heard of either of these authors, I don't think. So, yeah, I'm really excited to give them a go. This one sounds like it could have some really interesting, deeper themes. So, yeah, I feel like I'm pretty excited about both of these. And then in here, we have a bookmark, which is like to suit the theme as well. Cute. I'm gonna pop that in these books here. Maybe I'll put this little paper in the other one. Ooh, we also have little signed book plates for both of them, so that's cool. We have some stickers. Okay. And this crazy looking loose leaf tea, which honestly, I'm tempted to make this right now because it's herbal. But maybe I'll save it for tomorrow or for when I'm sitting out on the deck or something, when I can just relax and enjoy it instead of editing. Anywho, that was fun. Do I have too many book subscriptions? Probably, but I don't want to hear any of y'all say that. Let me live. Now I'm so tempted to look up these books on Goodreads. I haven't been doing that a lot lately. Like, if I'm interested in the synopsis of a book, or even just like the title or cover of a book, Beauty in the Blood. Oh my gosh, there's only 23 ratings for the Beauty in the Blood. I was gonna say the Beauty and the Blood. Beauty and a Beat. Okay, well, I'm definitely intrigued. I always get extra intrigued to read books when they don't have very many reviews. And then Smile for the Cameras. Let's check that. Oh, this one doesn't have many ratings either. 326 reviews. Okay, this one just came out in June. Still. Oh no, it doesn't look like these have good reviews, you guys. I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried. Let me know if you've read either of these. Alright, that was a fun little break, but I'm gonna go finish my editing and then probably see you in the B-roll when I'm getting ready and getting into bed, which I cannot wait for. baby. Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm just about to head out to work on the irrigation. I want to finish it today. So I'm hoping to get a big chunk of it done this morning and then maybe just have like the finicky things like tightening up the hose clamps around all the connectors tonight. We'll see how much I can get done right now. It is currently overcast, which is so nice because every single time I've worked on this project so far, it has been blazing hot. So I'm very thankful, and I feel like I'm just gonna be able to bang out a lot of it. The only thing that is difficult about doing this when it's not hot and sunny is that the tubing is really inflexible. So I'm just doing this by myself right now. My boyfriend has been helping me with it, like a couple of the other times I've worked on it, and it's easier to manipulate the tubing with two people. If I'm like stretching it along the garden. I actually show some of this, like what I'm actually setting up in the garden, in a vlog that will be going up at the beginning of August. It's like a weekend vlog that I did. So I'm not really gonna show too much of it, I don't think, in this video, because honestly it's probably super boring to like 99% of people. But yeah, I'm gonna go out, hopefully almost finish it. I've just brewed a coffee for me to take out there. And yeah, I'm gonna listen to Preacher's Daughter because I feel like I haven't just listened to it all the way through in a while. So I'm gonna make a good morning of it and hopefully have this up and running by the end of today. I really hope so, you guys. Oh my goodness, this has been like haunting me. Also, speaking of haunting me, I finished Tender is the Flesh, and oh my goodness, you guys, we'll have to talk about this later, but wow, I was shocked by where this book went. Like, I was literally just like jaw on the floor in my bed reading this. So yeah, I ended up giving it 5 stars, definitely a new favorite of mine, and probably the most disturbing book I've ever read. So yeah, glad that I finished reading this week, but like, oh my god, this is heavy, you guys. This is really heavy. Anywho, I'm gonna make my coffee now, and then I'm gonna head out. Okay, I'm not gonna be taking y'all with me to the garden, and I apologize for that, but you know when something is just too stressful to vlog? That's how this project has been. I'm already overwhelmed by trying to finish this, so I cannot be distracted by where I can stick my camera and am I in the shot and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So like I said, a couple weeks from now you will see the like overview of what it looks like, because I guess I'll put on the screen what I posted on my Instagram story so that you can see like what the setup looks like in the bed, but it's basically just drip line with a million parts that you have to connect to get it to all of the beds. And they all have valves, which is really nice. So I can turn off beds that don't have anything planted in them, or just like I can decrease the water, or, you know, if it's something that doesn't need the same amount of water. But yeah, this project has definitely been not really taking over my life, because I have basically just been spending like weekend time and some evenings, but it's just like, it's looming over me whenever I'm working on other stuff inside. And it's just been difficult to spend a lot of time out there because it's been so hot. So yeah, anywho, probably nobody cares. I'm gonna head out now and I'll see y'all later. Okay, hello everybody. I'm back inside and I actually did finish laying all of the tubing out, connecting all of the tubing. That's done. So this evening I just have to go out and tighten all of the hose clamps, which honestly will probably take a while, but yeah, that's like the last step, I think, and then I'm done, and then I can actually, we've tested it out with only a couple of the beds connected and it was flowing, like everything was good, but we haven't really wanted to turn everything on again until all the hose clamps are tightened and everything, so that the tubing's not just gonna like pop off of the connectors. So I'm very nervous and excited to try turning the whole system on for the first time. Hopefully it works, because oh my gosh, it's been hours and hours and hours of work out there. But yeah, I finished that. I was out there for about 4 hours, and then I came in around noon, had a shower, filmed a video. I'm about to edit that video, but I'm just sitting down and having a little afternoon matcha because I really need it. And I thought that we could do a bit of a reading update to kind of wrap up this vlog. Also, I got another sticker for the back of my case. This one just came in this morning. It is Bart the Fly from The Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors, which is another just like staple of my childhood. We watch The Simpsons all the time, and I remember being like literally scared of some of the Treehouse of Horrors episodes, like the one where they're eating all the kids, like the teachers are eating all the kids. I remember being so scared. So yeah, this is a throwback to all of the Halloween Simpsons episodes. And I think I'm gonna end up putting this kind of in the corner like that, and then there's one more sticker I'm waiting for that I will, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of rearranging with this, but I was really excited that this sticker came in and it just looks so good. So yeah, I can't wait to stick that on. So as I mentioned earlier, I finished Tender as the Flesh, and I don't even know what to say about this other than it was gruesome, disturbing, but such a thought-provoking story. I talked about this in the last weekly vlog as well, and I was, I think, around 30% of the way in at that point. So the first half of this book is basically just our main character going to these different facilities and witnessing these atrocious things that are happening inside of them. That's like the first half of the book, basically. You're just kind of finding out about what's going on in society, and it's definitely like a slower pace. And then when you get around the halfway mark, something happens, a major plot point happens, and I was reading in my bed, and when I read that line, I was literally just aghast, like shook, just staring at my kobo. So yeah, and then the last half of the book, you just don't know what the heck is gonna happen, and then you get to the very end, and I see why people talk about the ending of this book. And the last line I have just been pondering. I don't even know if I fully understand it. But yeah, wow. This book, it's just truly shocking, but also not shocking. Like, I feel like this was as gruesome as it needed to be. And it's funny because when I looked at the reviews on Goodreads when I finished it, a lot of people were like, 1 star, this was so needlessly disturbing and disgusting. And it's like, no, I think that it needed to be as disturbing as it was to get its point across. I could see this being one of my favorite reads of the year. I'm really glad that I finally got to it. It's one that I kind of put off because I knew it was going to be a hard-hitting book for me. So because of that, I was scared of it. Like, I had high expectations, so it made me just not want to read it, I guess. I don't know. It's only 200 pages, so it's a pretty short book, and I will be picking up a physical copy at some point to transfer over my annotations and everything, because this is definitely one that I want to have on my shelf. So yeah, really glad that I finally read this after like years of wanting to. I also ended up finishing the audiobook for A Man Downstairs by Nicole. I can't remember the author, but I'll put a picture of the cover on the screen. This is the thriller that I requested last year from NetGalley, got it, but for some reason my dumb self didn't realize I had it, so I didn't ever end up reading it. And then I was confused as to why my NetGalley score was only 50%, because I've literally only ever been approved for 2 books on there. Anyways, so I was like, okay, I need to fix this. I couldn't get the book from NetGalley anymore because it was like archived or whatever. I couldn't download it. So I just ended up picking up the audio book from Libro FM. And I was honestly pleasantly surprised by this thriller, because I was reading this when I was kind of, reading a lot of the other ones that I have been talking about recently, and I wasn't loving those ones. But I feel like this was a thriller that just had more going on. Like, it was a little bit more complex, it was a little bit more layered. We had multiple timelines, we had multiple POVs, we had morally gray characters. And yeah, I ended up giving it 4 stars because I was very invested. And it was long. It was like a 14-hour long audiobook. But I would listen to it in like 1-hour chunks when I was out watering the garden, and I enjoyed it every single time I picked it up. So yeah, probably my favorite thriller that I've read so far in July, which was unexpected because I was definitely more excited about the ones that I had physical copies of. It was following a woman named Molly Winters. That was the other Winters character I had been reading. So we're following Molly, and her father had a stroke, so she ends up having to move back to her hometown, I guess like temporarily, to kind of sort out her family affairs. So she ends up renting a place there, and we find out that Molly's family has had a bit of a tumultuous past in this town. Her mother was actually murdered when Molly was like 3 years old. Molly coming back to her hometown is kind of digging a lot of that back up, and she starts having some strange experiences, creepy things kind of happening, weird phone calls, stuff like that. So we're kind of unraveling the mystery from her perspective, but then we also have a different timeline that is following her father from, I don't know, decades earlier, when he first married Molly's mom, and the years leading up to her death. And you slowly learn that maybe some of these things that Molly has always thought were truths were in fact not the case. It was definitely a really slow burn, a lot of like family drama, family dynamics, relationship dynamics, marriage stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I thought that it was really well done. So yeah, I'm glad that I listened to that one and fixed my NetGalley score. And then for my current physical read, we have All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. Now, this is another thriller. I'm reading literally so many thrillers. It's crazy. But this one is actually, I feel like it has potential, but I don't know yet. It could really go either way. I am enjoying it so far, although I will say that I'm noticing that there's a lot of similes in the writing, and that is something that bothers me. Like, when I notice it, I feel like I just start noticing it like every other paragraph, and it takes me out of the story. So I kind of hate when that happens. But besides that, I guess I'm intrigued. However, I'm certainly not liking this as much as I liked A Flicker in the Dark, which is the other thriller that this author wrote, and was one of my favorites. So yeah, it's not gripping me as much as that one did. This one follows Izzy, who is suffering from some very extreme insomnia. She hasn't slept in like a year. She's only had like micro naps. And it's because a year ago, her son, who was like 2 or something, like a very small child, was taken from his room, and they never figured out, like, he was never found. It's basically a cold case. They don't really have any leads. So she's haunted by this happening. And she's trying to figure out who did it. So I think that she's gonna go on a podcast, which I'm like, oh my god, because I'm kind of over. I mean, I feel like it was novel at first, like the first couple thrillers that I read with true crime podcasters, but now I feel like every thriller I'm reading has a true crime podcaster. In fact, when I wrote my review for A Man Downstairs, I was like, thank you so much for not putting a true crime podcaster in here. Anyway, so I think she's gonna go on this podcast. But what is intriguing me and what I am enjoying about this is that this is also dual timeline of an earlier timeline that is taking place during Izzy's childhood, and it's kind of leading you to question whether Izzy could be responsible or partially responsible for the disappearance. So yeah, I don't know, I'm intrigued. I'm enjoying it so far. I do have the audio copy as well on Libby. I might end up just returning it so that whoever's next in line can read it, because I think I'm just going to stick with reading this physically, because I'm just scared to listen to it on audio, because I just have not had a great experience with audio thrillers recently. But yeah, that was my long-winded reading update. By far, my favorite book so far from July is Tender is the Flesh. Although I am going to be reading Atmosphere soon, hopefully next week. And I am very excited to read that. I don't even know how it's been in my possession for like a month and I haven't read it yet. I think I'm actually going to close out the vlog because I'm going to be starting a new one probably tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. It means so much to me that you tune in every single week. And yeah, I had fun in this one, especially with decorating the kobo. I've been wanting to do that for so long, and it was really fun to be able to do it on the vlog, and I enjoyed editing it and stuff as well. So hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you next week. Bye!